Hello, everyone. I'm Symphony Privet. Thank you for joining us on Featured. We hope to inspire or simply make you smile with uplifting stories across the country. Now, the tale of how one woman's email helped start a movement. What began with a search for community became an opportunity to make a positive impact. Sean Martinelli gets to the heart of it.
On Tuesdays in downtown D.C., there are two kinds of rushes during rush hour. The rush of traffic and the rush of tiles.
I just love Mahjong.
Here at the MLK Library, Mahjong is having a moment.
Yeah.
That's the woman responsible, Jenny Mack.
I have a sense of disbelief.
Disbelief because a year ago she had a problem.
I play mahjong, but I haven't seemed to be able to find a consistent group of people to play mahjong with.
That led her to email the library. Abby Shanfield is the assistant manager.
It started out with like 4 people.
I planted that seed 1 year ago, and now look behind me there.
What began with 1 table turned to 30. 4 people became 150.
I'm a student at Georgetown University.
From students to seniors.
It works my neurons. I'm 87.
Some who just learned to play.
I think it's really special.
Others, much longer.
I've been playing since I was in my mother's womb.
They all come for a centuries-old game and find a community.
I've been in DC all my life. This is really a phenomenal thing. The concentration, the interaction with other people, the meeting new people, and just being in a group as large as this.
I think everyone just craves a third space, somewhere that they can come, they can be themselves, they can be around other people and not have to spend money, and that is what this provides.
Yeah, I think it's like unexpected.
Unexpected for them and for her.
It's just by taking that small step.
Her step was 1 email that led to this Mahjong movement.
It's pretty awesome that if you want something, there's somebody else out there who wants it too, and so all you have to do is like be a little courageous.
And for the woman who started it all.
I'm filled with joy, just because I get to call my parents. When I talk to them, I'm like, you have been playing mahjong for 50 years, but I don't think you ever walk in a place where 150 people are playing mahjong at the same time every single week. So that's how I feel. It's a sense of tremendous sense of joy.
At rush hour, those here found something better than getting away. A reason to stay. In downtown D.C., Sean Martinelli.
My mom used to play that. I have no idea how to do it. All right, moving on to our next story here. A Houston area painter has made it his mission to make sure America's heroes are never forgotten. Marcelino Benito has the story of service and sacrifice.
Every brushstroke helps Ken Pridgeon stay young.
It keeps me alive.
He spends hours
From about 6:30 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night.
in front of a canvas, bringing the dead to life.
In my mind, every one of them is a hero.
A mission he started back in 2010 at 75 years old to honor the fallen.
Life begins at 75, folks. Don't give up.
How old are you now?
I'll be 91 if everything works out okay next month.
For the past 16 years, Ken hasn't stopped. Long after the battlefields grew quiet, his brush keeps their stories alive.
I feel like I know a lot of them.
He's still working to paint a portrait of every Texas soldier killed in Iraq and Afghanistan. It's the families who push him forward.
When they started hugging my neck and crying real tears on my shoulder, there was no decision to it. I had no choice.
When we visited Ken,
He wanted to be a police officer.
it was Sergeant Daniel Torres on the canvas, killed in 2005, his 386th portrait. When it's finished, he'll be the latest hero, hanging on the walls inside the Fallen Warrior Memorial Gallery.
This is all about remembrance. This ain't no cemetery here.
It's a living tribute to America's patriots,
There is no place like this in the whole world.
full of stories and lives cut short. And as America turns 250,
Do you plan to keep painting?
Until you take the paintbrush out of my dead hands, yes.
Ken reminds us freedom has always come at a price. Marcelino Benito.
One school in Texas serves students with autism and other special needs, focusing on abilities over disabilities. Cameron Leal introduces us to one student who thrives in that environment.
For most students, it's just another school day. But for Katie Nunez, every assignment, every step down the hallway is a quiet victory. Each day in Miss Genevieve's classroom follows a steady routine with movement, learning, and time to grow both in and out of the classroom. And for Kadian, there are a few parts of the day she looks forward to the most.
Sometimes during hygiene, our teacher would let us go to the reading corner and read, so I would like to do that.
Routines she's grown comfortable with and skills she continues to build each day.
It's been a lot better for me to learn stuff easier, like keyboarding, because at my old school, they would just make us do keyboard. They didn't help us though. They didn't teach us the right keys to type.
And for both Kadian and her teacher, the focus has always been on what she can do, not what she can't.
I think Kadian is just the sweetest, most fun person. I think she is super helpful in our class. She's always willing to help other kids who might need some help. She's just awesome. She's just great.
She's kind, unlike other teachers that I've been to a lot. She understands a lot, and there's so many good things about her, and in my opinion, I think she's the best teacher in the world.
Even though Kadian understands just because a label makes her different, those differences still give her the same feeling we all feel, of belonging and being seen.
I want people to understand more what that means, instead of throwing it away like, oh, they're gonna be normal and I'm pretty sure they'll grow out of it, but you don't grow out of autism. It stays with you.
In Midland, Cameron Leal.
A display at a theater in Texas holds decades-old wedding dresses and the love stories they stitched together. Sydney Walker shows us how the community came together to bring history to life on and off the stage.
From a drama to dozens of dresses.
Only 2 people in the play, World War II love story.
Temple Civic Theater's Norman Northern said they had an idea to make their play, Dear Jack, Dear Louise, feel real.
I said, oh, wouldn't it be fun if we could find some World War II wedding dresses to do display.
The community's donated wartime wedding dresses, vintage photos, and real-life love stories help bring the story on stage to life.
We have 2 from World War II.
Love stories, over 80 years old.
1944 to 1960, the 16-year period.
Most with military connections.
As a survivor of Iwo Jima.
Intricate designs and beautiful lace.
During World War II, they shipped all of the lace to Switzerland and had it hidden from the Nazis.
And love amidst war.
Military doctor, and he was stationed in India. All of a sudden, he was coming home for Christmas of 1944, so they put the wedding together in 2 weeks.
Stories lasting generations.
And then here's her daughter wearing it as well with another military wedding.
Like Northern's mother's dress.
We still have the receipt, and it's like $33 worth of entire fabric, thread and all to put it together.
And director.
This is my mother.
Natasha Tollison.
She got married in 1956.
With a doll to match.
Dressed in a replica of her dress from the same fabric. It's happy. It's nostalgic.
More than just a script. Stories of real relationships and sacrifice.
It's just the Americana story and the story of love.
In Temple, Sydney Walker.
2 women ran 50 half marathons in all 50 states, but halfway through, everything changed. Coming up, the diagnosis that could have stopped them and why it didn't. Plus, an Army veteran's lifetime of bravery is being honored in one Pennsylvania community. We will take you to this special tribute decades in the making. Two women just completed 50 half marathons, one in each state. But halfway through their mission, everything changed. Sam Perez introduces us to the pair who prove friendship can help you power through even life's toughest challenges.
It was 13 years ago
when Mary Jo Wiggins met Lisa Long.
We were both asked by separate people to join a team of 12.
The two joined a team to complete a Ragnar relay, running from Chattanooga back to Nashville, the start of a fast friendship.
And then that's apparently when you decided. She had an idea.
The two decided to run a full or half marathon in every state, turning each race into a weekend trip.
Just made it a fun little weekend, runcation.
Runcations.
And so we're like, let's just keep doing them and see how far we get.
In 2021, the two had just finished State 23.
I went in for my colonoscopy. I was 51.
When Wiggins got news she never expected.
I just thought I was going in to check that box and be done with it. And when I came out, we knew it was cancer.
A stage 4 diagnosis. Wiggins found out the cancer had metastasized to her liver and lungs. She started chemotherapy, but they had an upcoming race scheduled in New Orleans.
I said, well, let's just try it. Let's see. And so we jogged the whole thing. And I thought, I guess I can do this. And so I said, let's keep going.
It was hard because running alongside of her, and you could tell, like, if it was just not a great day.
While some races were harder than others, Wiggins kept pushing through, with Long beside her in each state.
You want to continue doing your normal things in treatment. So the more normal life still is during cancer, the better. And so we just kept doing it.
And in March, Long and Wiggins crossed their final finish line together in California.
Kind of turn the corner and you see all the friends and family there, and
love you, babe.
I just kept telling myself, don't ugly cry, don't ugly cry, because you just get so, it was so emotional.
Yeah.
Welcome to your finish line. With every step, Wiggins says she learned an important lesson.
The biggest thing I say is keep living. Like, don't think, well, I'm going to wait till this is over to re-engage in the things that really bring me joy. You make sure that you keep that joy in your life every day. And so the things that make you happy, keep living through it, because that's actually what's going to get you through it.
While the pair's race days might be over, they say their friendship will run forever.
She's complete.
In Nashville, I'm Sam Perez.
Friends, family, and fellow veterans gathered in Pennsylvania to honor the years of service of a 100-year-old World War II veteran. Valeria Quinones captured the celebration. Take a look.
At 100 years old, Chester Chet France stands at attention as community members inside the Lehighton American Legion Post 314 in Carbon County honor him for his years of service. And as the last surviving member of the post's World War II Veterans Last Man's Club. Beside Chet is Sarah France, his granddaughter.
I'm just speechless. I knew what going into this. I knew that we were looking at having the senators here, having news crews come as well, but actually seeing it, actually being here, it takes my breath away.
While Sarah calls him a hero.
Oh, she tells lots of lies.
Hey.
Chet believes the true honor goes to the 4,000 soldiers who lost their lives fighting the same fight.
Well, I keep thinking of the 4,000 casualties. Lots of friends.
Chet was drafted into the Army in 1943. After training at Fort Bank, Georgia, he was sent to France, where he helped liberate the town of Beach as part of the U.S. 100th Infantry Division in the Battle of the Bulge.
Yeah, we came into Marseille and then went up to the middle of France and then out the top in the Vosges Mountains. We broke the German winter line.
Breaking through fortified German lines earned his division the nickname Sons of Beach. Honorably discharged in 1946, Chet was the recipient of countless medals, including a Bronze Star. The acknowledgement for his service still comes today through proclamations given by government officials to a framed United States flag that was flown over the U.S. Capitol.
Everyone knows him. Everyone loves him. He was somebody's Sunday school teacher. Pop is the type of person, he's a fountain of knowledge and an inspiration to anyone who even meets him just to say hello.
Chet leaves those wanting to live a long life like him with one word of advice.
Enjoy life. That's all I can tell you.
How did you enjoy it most?
Roller skating and square dancing.
Nice.
At 100 years old, Chet carries these honors while remembering those that fought beside him.
4,000 guys deserve this. Or 4,000 casualties deserve this, not me.
Valeria Quiñones.
What a wonderful story, and it's beautiful to see the community come together to honor that veteran. Thank you for your service. And we still have more for you straight ahead. Coming up right after this break, a group in Texas work to fight food insecurity among students. We'll take a look inside Hope Austin. And ahead in our next half hour, from nonverbal to stage star, how one girl in California landed the lead in Alice in Wonderland. Welcome back. One woman in Central Texas is making sure food insecurity doesn't follow students home when the school day ends. Here's Quita Culpepper to share her story.
Inside Hope Austin, a line of hands moves fast. Volunteers from Williamson County's Chaparral Women's Club are ready to work. It's an efficient assembly line, rustling bags, finding a rhythm, each one packed with cereal and snacks, filling a gap for a hungry student. Monica Von Wadden is Hope Austin's founder and says her mother, a teacher, taught her a valuable lesson about helping others.
Our table was always full because she'd bring home kids from her school. She always taught in the most impoverished schools. So I saw how my mother thought that was so important, and my dad was also a philanthropist as well. So food security is just something that has been near and dear to me.
Since 2016, Hope Austin has made sure kids don't go hungry in school and over the weekend, so students can focus on learning, not wondering where their next meal will come from.
We started off in a 5x7 storage unit where we would have to create and work outside. All of us moms would get in our Suburbans and go to either Costco, Sam's, H-E-B, load our cars, and then go back to the unit there off 620 and line the shelves.
Today, the North Austin space has 2 large rooms filled to the brim with nutritious food and snacks.
Now we bag multiple times a day, all through the week. It's delivered right there to our back door every single week in a big semi. Tons and tons of food.
The backpack program gives kids a bag of shelf-stable food on Friday so they can eat over the weekend.
There's cereals, there's mac and cheese, there's beef sticks, there are healthy snacks such as almonds and sunflower seeds. We are Senate Bill 314 compliant, which means we are following the new state regulations with respect to sugar and dyes.
And it doesn't stop at just snacks. Hope Austin also offers fresh food, hot meals, and family boxes.
If there's hungry children, there's hungry family members. So we have family boxes that we disseminate through the schools as well, and we can act as a stopgap to help families in need until they can get to an organization that was made to feed families.
Hope Austin is in about 116 schools across Central Texas right now, and this part of the program, it serves 5,000 students a week. And it's the teachers who recommend the kids who need food help the most.
They work with those kids, they live with those kids, right, Monday through Friday. They know what's going on in these families' lives.
And by the next day, Hope Austin has a bag waiting for them.
The teachers mostly say you should just see the smiles on these kids' faces when they get their snack kits or they get their weekend meal kits. It's a game changer for our kids.
For Monica, a teacher's daughter, the lesson has come full circle by helping thousands of Central Texas students come to the table for a meal made with love.
That was Quita Culpepper reporting. Just another reason to thank our educators for everything that they do. I've personally covered similar stories in a couple of different communities, and I learned that for a lot of the kids who are experiencing food insecurity, their only meals for the day come from school. So having those additional backpacks full of snacks helps make sure that they have something to eat when they go home. They don't have to worry about sharing existing food in the household with siblings or other family members. Just such a great program for kids who need it. All right, still ahead, a quick knock at the door and a few minutes of kindness. We'll show you how a volunteer is delivering far more than food. Plus, a toddler's journey overcoming a rare nerve injury is now inspiring others. We'll share the powerful story her mom is sharing up next. Thank you for staying with us here on Featured. I'm Symphony Privet, and we are continuing to bring you uplifting stories across the country. Now, one woman you're about to meet is part of an army delivering far more than food. Here's Sean Giggy.
You know, it's no fun, but we're going to make it.
When his wife died last year, after 64 years of marriage, 85-year-old Robert Blakey was all alone.
Yeah.
But not lonely, thanks to his daily sustenance.
Well, it's the best thing going for me.
Every day, volunteers with Meals on Wheels of Tarrant County provide food for thousands in need. But often, what those people really hunger for is connection.
They live alone, and sometimes the volunteer is the only person that client will see in the day.
Luanna Bailey has volunteered for 8 years.
Hi, Mr. Hill. How are you?
She says each delivery takes just a couple of minutes.
I have your meal.
But in those moments,
how are you doing?
Those whispers of compassion, something happens.
They know I care about them, and they care about me.
Perhaps no one knows that better than Robert Blakey.
Mm-hmm.
At least once a week, Luann caters to his needs, even bringing treats for his dog.
Dolly's counting her treats right now as we speak.
For this retired shop teacher, since his wife died, these short visits have become a lifeline.
Well, it means everything to me. I don't have much company besides my neighbors.
Luann says over the years, the people on the other side of those doors have become like family.
You enjoy your meal?
Thank you.
So close, in fact, before she leaves, they often say, I love you.
I do love those people, and they tell me their troubles. They tell me, you know, I know a lot more about them than, you know, just some stranger walking up to the door.
Reaching out and building connection, the best way to feed your soul.
We love you.
Thank you. Oh, I love you.
You have a good vacation.
In Fort Worth, I'm Sean Giggy.
An Ohio mom whose daughter was born with a disability is making sure other families know they're not alone. Lindsay Buckingham shares the inspiring story.
Tasha Wilburn knew something was wrong the moment her daughter came into this world.
We noticed it right away.
Rain was born with a brachial plexus injury, damaged nerves that left her right arm with less than 10% mobility and sensation in only 2 fingers. Doctors said most children recover in a few months. Rain didn't.
How do you crawl without that arm? How do you eat? How do you get dressed? I just knew it was going to be a lot of challenges, so that's why I immediately started to reach out, trying to find like specialists, see what can we do to improve this outcome.
One of those calls went to the Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
She needed a lot more assistance, and they were able to find me those connections, and resources and grants and specialists and therapists. They even helped me find the surgeons.
And it worked. Tasha signed her up for everything: physical therapy, gymnastics, playgroups. She watched Rain fall.
Kept getting back up, and she would fall straight to her face because with nerve damage, you don't have certain reflexes. The brain doesn't tell you to like protect yourself, cover your face, put your arms down when you fall. So she always had this big knot, bruise right in the middle of her head for like the first year of her life because she just kept falling, but I just kept taking her.
So Rain kept climbing, all the way to 70% mobility. Her mom calls it remarkable, even rare for her condition. But Tasha wasn't finished.
I wanted to create something where other children like Rain can see themselves as strong and just capable and just included. I just wanted to create that.
The book is called Rain Climbs Up.
So whenever I'm trying to encourage her, to motivate her to use that arm, I say, use your rainbow arm. And she say, no, like sometimes she gets frustrated. I'm like, no, it doesn't work. It's not gonna do it. I'm like, yes, it has rainbow power. It has rainbow power.
A strength Tasha says all kids have inside them.
I am strong. I am brave. I am patient with myself. I can try again. I can rest when I need to. I can do things my own way. My body is learning. My heart is confident. My journey is special. I am proud of myself.
Tasha's proud too.
Yeah, I'm so proud. As a mom, you always think you can do more. So I feel like this is just the beginning. She can do more, and I'm gonna push her to do more.
The power, she says, was always in Rain.
Good job.
Lindsay Buckingham.
What a cutie. A young woman's journey to the stage is nothing short of extraordinary. Here's Jeff Zebley with this story.
The whole cast is filled with overachievers, but it's the character of Alice that has everybody wondering how she did it.
Well, when I was an infant, I couldn't do a whole lot of stuff.
As a child, Reese Merrill didn't talk until she was 5 years old.
When I was born, I had autism.
Reese also didn't walk until she was 2, and even then struggled until the age of 9, when she received bilateral foot surgery.
Her feet were literally like out, almost like bow-legged, but then also turned in. So on her ankles, she would be walking on her ankles.
Reese's mom, Addie, didn't know a thing about autism 21 years ago, so she opened 2 therapy centers to help her daughter and others.
Honestly, she has come so far. We really encouraged her to be independent.
Reese's independence has flourished since she found Terry Campus of Life.
The moment we dropped her off here, I was the one crying. She didn't cry at all. She was like, bye, I'll see you later. I was like, oh God.
Are we gonna put some boogie in it? Yeah. All right.
Reese found friends and theater, where at first she was just happy to be on stage.
She was in the play, but she was always in the back.
So fantastical.
Not anymore. Reese just landed the lead in Alice in Wonderland.
Reese is incredible.
Emily Friesen is the play's director.
Reese has always had a bit of Alice in her. The way she approaches life, the way she sees life is quite fantastical.
From age 18 to 82, everyone can shine on this stage.
I'm Aiden, and I'm the March chair.
Hi, my name is Tess, and I'm playing the Queen of Hearts.
Hi, I'm Cameron, and I play the White Rabbit.
As for the little girl who couldn't talk,
How curious!
Reese is ready to deliver a great performance and all her lines.
I get so excited and proud when I see everybody in the audience.
Every ticket sold helps fund Terry Campus of Life.
Come on, hi there, I love you.
It couldn't be a better place. The way I explain it is it's like a 5-star resort.
Reese rides horses every week, then hits the stage.
There's so much here that it's almost like a fairy tale, like Disneyland for them every day.
Or like Alice in a Wonderland.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Where anything is possible.
It's gonna be pretty cool and exciting.
That is incredible. That's Jeff Zebley reporting. A woman in Pennsylvania is helping teens look and feel their best for prom. Here's Gabrielle Mediak with more.
For Nicole McKee, a veteran nail technician of 16 years, a salon chair is much more than just a place for a polish change. She says it's a sanctuary.
I love the salon. I love doing nails. Like it is 100% passion. I put blood, sweat, and tears into it.
As the owner of Bad Witch's Nail Bar in Red Lion, she says she's built her business on genuine connection.
A lot of people use the nails as like a therapy session. We don't just do your nails. We become family.
The inspiration for her latest community project struck in the middle of a workday.
I was doing a client on TikTok Live, and she was mentioning that she had these prom dresses that she needed to donate and didn't know where to donate them.
And within minutes, they came up with holding a prom dress drive at the salon.
I want to make sure someone who wants to go and like can't afford a dress can go. And if there's something that fits you and you love it, you can have it. This one actually came from my closet.
The project has now evolved into a full-scale prom makeover experience. Recognizing that the big night involves much more than just a gown, McKee used her local connections to put together a dream package for students.
Nominate a deserving junior or senior from the Red Lion High School for free nails. I lined up a hairstylist and makeup artist and a photographer all within one day.
2 students will be getting that free head-to-toe makeover, proving that a little bit of kindness and working together can help the community shine, one manicure at a time.
I'm kind of naturally a helper. I like to give back. So I'm always looking for an idea like this just to help the local community. Yeah.
Well, that is wonderful, and I'm so glad those students will get the entire experience, not just the prom dress itself. That was Gabrielle Mediak reporting from Pennsylvania. Now, getting out on the green should feel like an open invitation, but for a lot of folks, golf can feel like a game they were never meant to play. Well, one woman in Atlanta is changing that, one swing at a time. Caitlin Ross has the story.
Par 5. Flags way out there.
There is joy on the golf course when Patrick Doddridge plays around.
Just pray to the Lord Almighty that I make it down.
The Special Olympics athlete feels his best out here.
Happy, great, exciting, amazing.
Because on this course, he's not on the outside looking in.
Yes, sir. Good one, buddy.
All right. He's exactly where he belongs.
We're supposed to be here to have fun, no fussing, no fighting, and no bullying.
Nice, good shot.
That sense of belonging is what Shonda Moore set out to build with the Swing Chick Foundation.
Golf has always been known as a sport for people with means, so it's definitely time to level that playing field, whether you are a female, someone that has intellectual disabilities, or someone of color.
There it is, go, 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 go.
Her mission is simple: remove the barriers, equipment, access, opportunity.
Oh, look at that ball.
So anyone who wants to play can.
Look at that. What you think, buddy?
I love golf because it's a neutral ground. It's definitely a sport where respect is part of the game.
For Moore, this mission is personal. Her son Malik has autism, and she wants him and kids like him to feel that same welcome.
He has a great sense of humor. He's very intelligent, and he's just very special.
That's looking good. That's looking good. Oh!
That's how she sees every golfer who shows up.
They're just laughing. They're enjoying themselves. They're telling jokes. Like, most of the time it brings tears to my eyes. I'm about to choke up right now. Just seeing them out here having a great time.
Nice.
And for golfers like Patrick, this isn't just where he plays.
Way to play. Oh, yeah. Way to play.
It's where he belongs.
That was Caitlin Ross reporting from Atlanta. Great to see that program coming together. Inclusion matters. Everyone should be able to have experiences that most people get to enjoy on the regular. Well, a veteran served his country for 20 years, then found a way to continue serving his fellow military members. How what started as a hobby while in the Air Force turned into more than 20,000 shadow boxes, honoring the service of others. A veteran in Pennsylvania who started a hobby while he was in the military turned it into a career after he got out. For 20 years, his work has helped honor the service of thousands of others. John Meyer takes us to his wood shop.
We were pretty impressed seeing how fast Ken Chitroma works as he builds one of his shadow boxes. But he has to be quick to keep up with all the demand. Take a look at the walls of his wood shop here in Elysburg, lined with hundreds of photos, all service members and first responders holding his display cases. How many do you think you've made?
My estimate's about 23,000 plus.
This all started when Ken was in the Air Force, stationed in Japan. One request to build a shadow box turned into another, and then...
While I was making that second one, another guy came in and said, can you make me one? And light went off, maybe I have something here. And that's how it started. And it just took off from then, you know?
After 20 years in the Air Force, he returned home to Elysburg and got to work. What became Top-Notch Woodworks. In a way, still serving the military.
And I decided, hey, we'll see what happens. Maybe I could do 3, 4, 5 boxes a week, keep me out of trouble. Next thing I know, it took off, and I've been in here 6, 7 days a week for 22 years now.
Most of these he makes for military retirements.
The biggest reward I get from this job is when people send me photographs from like their retirement ceremony. And I see the person up there holding the box. They're either laughing or they're crying because it's the end of their career.
But some of the most meaningful he's made for the fallen.
You know, making a regular shadow box for retirement is one thing, but when you're making a box knowing what happened to, you know, our service members with the Purple Hearts in there, knowing that, you know, they were killed in action, it's a little bit different.
Whatever the reason, Ken's work ends up as a treasured heirloom on prominent display in homes and offices. Not just veterans, many state troopers too.
I probably have the safest wood shop in the state of Pennsylvania because I have roughly 80 to 100 state police troopers come here every year to pick up stuff, you know.
We also learned Ken's wood shop is a great place to stop for camaraderie and stories. His cousin Lenny is his helping, joking sidekick. Plus, this place is almost like a museum with all the memorabilia, surrounding all those smiling faces from around the world holding his handiwork.
But it's a real morale booster, let's say, to come in here and every morning and see all of these people on the wall smiling down on me, like, you know what I'm saying?
They trust Ken with their prized possessions. It's inspiring seeing the pride he takes preserving them. John Meyer.
Oh, those things are pretty cool. Someone in one of my first markets where I worked made a shadow box for my father, who is also a veteran, and I know he still has it posted up somewhere, just a small collection of what he's collected over the years for his military service. Alrighty, in our next story here, in a world of pay at the pump, there's one small gas station in Arkansas that chooses to do things a little differently. For more than 40 years, it has offered a handshake, a conversation, and a sense of community. But now that chapter is coming to a close. Maya Ellison takes us to a place where service still means something, and it comes with a smile.
Driving into Searcy, it's easy to find a place to fill up. But a little further down East Race Avenue, you'll find one that's different. Long lines are normal here at the Conoco and have been for 42 years.
My dad, Dandy Don, bought it for me. He wanted us to move back from Carlisle up here.
James W. Haney is the face everyone knows. Yeah, a man of few words whose actions say everything.
And he pumps it for you, checks your oil if you want him to, washes your window, checks your tires, and he puts washer fluid in if you want him to. He does all that under the hood.
An old-fashioned full-service pump, pretty rare these days. That's what Mr. Haney's better half, Pat Haney, says makes them special.
And we still do the old-fashioned where you can pump before you pay.
Not a card reader in sight, just trust, and these binoculars once used to watch the pumps. Things are a little different now, but some things haven't changed.
Communicating with the people and everything. I usually ask them if they're coming, going, or in between.
The lost art of communicating at the pump. 42 years of building relationships with people in the community.
I've lived in Searcy for 21 years, and we've been coming here forever. The Haney's are the best and sweetest people ever.
We appreciate you. You guys were great. I love Brother Haney. He always lifts me up when I come by here.
Decades of work and memories, ending with familiar faces reminiscing about the good old days.
I'm on taking that receipt for one reason. Thank you for your patience. I want your autograph on it.
And as humble as ever, the love is something Mrs. Haney says she didn't expect.
I was shocked. I was in awe. You don't think about that because we do, this is just our normal stuff we do every day.
As this chapter closes, a new one begins. Retirement is set in stone. And for the Haneys, they're doing it their way.
They're going out to the farm and messing with the cows.
We'll still be in town and we'll see everybody. So, and go watch our cows grow.
In Searcy.
Oh, thank you for getting gas fun.
Maya Ellison.
Hey, Southern hospitality is a real thing, and it is great. Still ahead, a heartfelt reunion nearly 20 years in the making. A mother turns to social media to find the former caseworker who changed her life. We'll show you the emotional moment when the two finally reconnected. A mom in Arizona is reconnecting with the woman who changed her life during her time in foster care. Maria Staubs shows us how.
A reunion nearly 2 decades in the making.
I started crying, so it was definitely heartfelt.
Sarah Paul was just a teenager, moving through group homes and foster care when she met former caseworker Barbara Doss Sanders.
She was exactly what I needed. She's what made me not continue the cycle, not go down the same path as everyone else in my family.
Sarah says Barbara provided structure.
She prevented me from doing what I wanted to do.
And showed up when it mattered most.
She was the one trying to help prosecute against somebody that was hurting me.
One memory Sarah will never forget, Thanksgiving with Barbara.
I felt like I had a home. I felt like I had somebody that cared, felt like I had family. And that wasn't something that I had.
Now a mother of 5, Sarah says an experience with her own daughter triggered her memory of Barbara.
All of the things that I started to do to protect her and to stand up for her and to fight for her were the same things that she did for me. And so then it hit me like I never told her thank you.
So she turned to Facebook, posting this photo taken in the delivery room just after she gave birth at 17 years old.
You can see Barbara standing at the top of my head, almost as if like she was protecting me against anything and everything.
The post quickly went viral, hundreds of people commenting, hoping to help track Barbara down.
As I open my Facebook page, I have people forwarding her message to me, and I was like, this is crazy.
Then someone tagged her.
At first I was like, wait, is that her? And then I looked at the picture, I was like, oh, she looks the same, that's her. So I just was like, wow, this is crazy, I'm gonna send her a message.
When I seen the Facebook message on Messenger, I did, I said, Sarah?
Just instantly I got goosebumps and just, kind of word vomited a whole bunch of thank yous and appreciation.
To their surprise, the two live just 3 miles away from each other.
I'm just grateful that she was very persistent in looking for me.
And now, seeing who Sarah has become,
I'm so proud of her.
A full circle moment, all for a simple thank you.
The ability for her to say thank you for something that I just seen as second nature. It makes me feel appreciated.
That was Maria Staubs reporting from Arizona. Now that's it for this episode of Featured. Until next time, make it a great one.